Amerika is de bakermat van de mountainbike. En nog steeds komen belangrijke ontwikkelingen daar vandaan. Bij Specialized in Morgan Hill zitten ontwerpers en ingenieurs dagelijks om de tafel om elkaars ideeën te bespreken en te verbeteren. Nieuwe ontwerpen, nieuwe carbon technieken. De ontwikkeling staat nooit stil.
Well, I think it's a little bit different than that. I think we all sit in a room at first, the engineers, the product developers, the designers. We all get into a room and we really talk about what we want to do as far as making the perfect bicycle for whatever category it may be. So we bounce a lot of ideas around the room, whether it's, we want to make a light bike, we want to make a super stiff bike. All those things come into play, but we really work very closely as a team, and I think that's what makes our product really fantastic in the end. Everybody on the team is super passionate about bicycles. We all have made a pilgrimage to come to Specialized and design bikes for this company, and I think we all kind of create a family within that bike group to make sure that we're doing the best that we can.
En die familie wil maar één ding. De mooiste en beste fietsontwerpen. Daar is alles op gericht. Schoonheid en functionaliteit.
Well, I think, like every good design, bicycles, it's very important to have a bicycle that looks very sexy. It's very important to have a bicycle that looks very fast. So our job as designers is to make bikes that look fantastic and make bikes look like people want to jump on and ride them.
En is het gelukt? Oordeel zelf. Dit is het nieuwste model uit de koker van Specialized. De Stumpjumper 29er. Een full carbon mountainbike met wielen die veel groter zijn dan die van de doorsnee ATB's. Dankzij deze grotere wielen worden boomwortels makkelijker genomen. Dender je beter over blubberpaadjes en kan je ook nog eens meer snelheid ontwikkelen op lange stroken.
The benefits of the 29er are increased control and confidence. A lot of that comes from the larger wheel on the bike. If you take, for example, the big wheel size and into a bump, the rollover, what we call, it rolls over like a rock in the trail or any kind of ledge much easier because the bump becomes smaller in relation to the larger wheel size. The 29er wheels, another big thing is that they give a lot more stable feeling of control and confidence. The axles on the bike sit higher than a 26-inch, but we still maintain a very low bottom bracket height. So what we call the bottom bracket drop, if you were to draw a line from here, the bottom bracket sits lower than the axle planes, and so it gives you a feeling of sitting very deep into the bike rather than sitting on top of it.
Into the wild. In de heuvels van Morgan Hill is de Stumpjumper 29er helemaal op zijn plek. De overstap van 26 naar 29 inch is snel gemaakt. Ook de mountainbike toppers raken meer en meer overtuigd van de voordelen van 29 inch wielen. Zeker in combinatie met het in Amerika populaire vaste verzet. Dus geen derailleurs, maar gewoon back to basic, single speed.
For the pro riders, we're noticing that a lot of pro riders are riding 29ers as a cross-country race bike. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It's a very fast bike. The weight has come down a lot on the bikes. This is a 20.7 pound bike out of the box. The frame is 1,150 grams. So on a course that's a little bit smoother, the bike just gives you a little bit more give than a 26-inch, and the large wheels are just much faster rolling. So for someone like a pro rider who can really power the bike and get it up to speed, it just wants to go. A great example is Todd Wells. He's on our U.S. factory team, and we were really trying to get him on this bike when we were developing it. And at first, he was not interested at all. He had heard all the rumors that 29ers were slow, or they were sluggish, or they weren't responsive. And Ned Overend actually, really encouraged him to try it. And we sent him the bike about 3 weeks before Sea Otter, and just said, hey, just try it, and let's see what you think. And he rode the bike, and he called us immediately. He's like, I love this bike. I want to race it at the first national race this weekend. So he did. He raced it at the first U.S. Cup national race. And then a few weeks later, he officially debuted the bike at Sea Otter, where he won the pro short track on it. And that really says a lot for a 29er, because a short track race is something that is very short accelerations, very punchy, somewhere where you think the big 29er wheel wouldn't work. And he's won the Sea Otter short track and a number of other short tracks.
Sea Otter Classic, please make some noise and welcome home the Specialized rider. His first win for Team Specialized is a new kid, Scheveningen 29ers Todd Wells.
Amerika is de bakermat van de mountainbike. En nog steeds komen belangrijke ontwikkelingen daar vandaan. Bij Specialized in Morgan Hill zitten ontwerpers en ingenieurs dagelijks om de tafel om elkaars ideeën te bespreken en te verbeteren. Nieuwe ontwerpen, nieuwe carbon technieken. De ontwikkeling staat nooit stil.
Well, I think it's a little bit different than that. I think we all sit in a room at first, the engineers, the product developers, the designers. We all get into a room and we really talk about what we want to do as far as making the perfect bicycle for whatever category it may be. So we bounce a lot of ideas around the room, whether it's, we want to make a light bike, we want to make a super stiff bike. All those things come into play, but we really work very closely as a team, and I think that's what makes our product really fantastic in the end. Everybody on the team is super passionate about bicycles. We